They're grooving on the chair tonight. Grooving in my chair tonight. Welcome, Sunday T.I. Jones Supplier. Thank you for coming on. I'm late. I try to really come on time, but geez, it never works. Never works. I tried so hard to come on. Thank you guys, and welcome to Sunday Tea. Tonight, I have a lady here, a young lady here who, God is good. God is really, really good. And when we start to believe in Him and we start to have hope and faith, all things are possible. And I just want to share that with a lot. Hi, Sonia, welcome. I want to share that with a lot of people tonight. Before I continue, you guys, you remember I told you I need 300 people out there tonight. Hi, Yolanda. How you doing? Thank you. It is going to be a great topic. Come on, you guys. I see a lot of you, but I need way more. Share the video. Let people know. We're giving away a free weave if we can reach to 300. And we're also giving away a free makeup. So we want you guys to come on out and join us tonight. And the topic is well worth listening to. For anybody out there that's going through anything that is so hard and difficult, somebody's here to show you that anything is possible if you keep your faith and your trust in God, you guys. Share the video so we can have a lot more people, you guys. I know a lot of people out there is going through a hard time and they don't have anyone to lean on. They don't have anybody to be around. And I just wanted to share the strength of one woman. And I'm sure there's many, many women in the world that has gone through a very hard time. And some of us have somebody to share it with, and other of us do not have anyone to share it with. So again, I would love for you guys to tell your friend, tell a friend, I'm still here. I won't announce any package until I see the amount of people that we want on live, but that's not important today. What is more important is that the story reach a lot of people that really need to help. So I have a young lady here tonight with me by the name of Celina. And I'll just tell you guys a little tiny bit about her situation before I bring her in. I'm having some tea because it's starting to rain. Jessica's just joined. Hi, Jessica.
Oh, that is me.
It says, my name is Celina Talbot. I hope I pronounced it right. I was 30 years old when I was diagnosed with primary biliary cholangitis, formerly known as a primary biliary cholangitis, my immune system. So I believe this has to do with her liver. Attacked in the bile duct of my liver. Yes, unfortunately, when I was diagnosed, I had already found myself in an abusive relationship, and as it was very quickly, she was too sick to fight. Hi, who do we have out there? Hi, Angel. Hi, Dwight. Hi, everybody. You guys come on out. So I'm going to bring Celina in right now to tell us a little bit of her story and to show you that one person, one man's faith can move mountain. Faith can move mountain. Hi, Cynthia. How you doing tonight? Thanks for joining in. Hi, Celina.
Hi.
Welcome to Sunday Tea.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for
and
having
with me and with the world.
Thank you.
I'll start to let... Good, great, I'm glad. I'll start to let you tell your story a little bit. You can face this camera or this camera, whichever you're comfortable with.
Okay, sounds good.
I guess they prepared these two.
Okay.
So you were... Okay, tell us how all of this started. Tell them what the sickness is. I hate saying it.
I have primary biliary cholangitis. So it's an autoimmune disease that attacks the bile duct of the liver. And the bile ducts are like the tiny little branch to a big tree branch. So once they die off, the bile goes back into your liver and causes cirrhosis until your liver dies.
And then it attacks the body.
Well, if your liver doesn't work, you can't live without a liver. It's not like a kidney where you have a kidney and then you can live. You have one liver, and if you don't have a liver, you can't live.
So you guys, I'm going to begin to tell you a little bit about this. Celina, I met through friends of the family, and I've known her for a while. And I didn't see Celina for a very, very long time.
Yes.
So I was walking in the mall. I think it was the mall. And I saw her. She was not noticeable, but I got closer and I kept on looking and realized it was her. So I walked over and said, hi. And she could barely talk. Her skin was yellow. Her eyes were yellow. And I actually have pictures today for you guys. Her eyes were yellow. Like, she just didn't look like the same person. I was amazed. I actually started crying.
Yes,
I had tears in my eyes. I was so devastated. And it looked more like it was cancer to me.
Yes, because I lost my hair and my eyebrows.
Celina had no hair on her body, nothing. There was no eyebrows. She had no hair on her head. It was amazing. I could not believe somebody so healthy and so strong could actually wither away down like that.
Yeah, and I went from 130 pounds to, I think at the end, I was 87 pounds.
87 pounds. Amazing. And today we're standing here and the Almighty God is good.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Celina this is Celina's real hair. Can I touch it, Celina? When I saw her last, she had no hair.
Coconut oil.
And coconut oil. I need some of that. But Celina's hair is on her head. So Celina, tell us some of the terrors that you fought through with this disease.
Well,
and your children.
When I first got diagnosed, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I had little spots around my eyes, and I was really tired. And within a month, they thought I had cancer. They thought I had any type of hepatitis. One doctor told me you could have AIDS, progressive AIDS. That alone was a nightmare. When I was finally diagnosed, I was relieved. I'm like, okay, I don't have cancer, I don't have AIDS, but it was just as bad.
But the symptoms seem so much similar to cancer.
Yes, I lost my hair because none of the vitamins were processing through anymore. My nails were falling out, my kidneys were starting to get damaged, everything, it affected everything. And then I had to do 3 years of every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays of plasma apheresis exchange. So that was a needle going in and a needle going out. They would take my blood out and replace it. They would take the blood out, separate the plasma, and replace it with a donor to try to get me to have some kind of vitamin staying in my body.
So I also remembered, Celina, the pain that you went through was agony. Somebody couldn't touch you.
No.
I remember when I saw you, you were bruised from head to toe. Yeah. I remember your eyes were yellow, your skin were yellow, but you were just bruised.
Yes.
And the pain that you was in was agony.
Yes. The worst part.
You're shaking right now. I can hear it in your voice. And it's okay because God has been good today and you're here. So we just want to share the story,
Absolutely.
Right?
For me, the worst part of my disease, the worst symptom was the itchiness. When I left for my transplant, my mom cleaned up my room and she found, I think it was 6 or 7 forks in my bed. I was itching myself with forks.
And what brought the itching? What literally brought your body to itch?
I think it's because the toxin doesn't flush out of your body. They just
because the liver's not there to take care of it. Was it destroying the kidney at the same time?
It was slowly destroying my kidneys. I ended up having my appendix burst. My teeth were falling out. I'm just slowly.
I remember that. I remember that as well. You also. You have children. How many children do you have, Celina?
I have 3 of my own and 2 that
was from your
my ex.
Your ex.
Yeah.
And I remember that you didn't have, I think it was a little boy. When you were sick, you just had gotten pregnant with a little boy.
So when I got really sick, it started getting really bad. I had to go to Edmonton and get assessed to be on the liver transplant. And I said to my doctor, okay, well, since I'm going on the transplant list, should I take the birth control pill or something? My doctor literally laughed at me, and he said, your organs are failing. My daughter was 13, and I was in a relationship at that time for like 9 or 10 years, and we've never used precautions. I never got pregnant. And my doctor said, nuh-uh, there's no way you're going to get pregnant. And adding anything else like a pill it's not even going to process in your liver.
Because everything is just coming straight out.
And then God said, haha, because literally 6 months later, I was pregnant with my daughter, Ariana.
Well, how amazing is that? Like, honest to God.
Yeah, but the pregnancy was horrible. I went.
I just hear you. You're chilly, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's okay, hon. Okay.
Yeah. So my pregnancy was horrific. I was pretty much in the hospital. I had my oldest daughter. Couldn't handle any of this, and she became a drug addict. So
you dealt with like.
I did.
You dealt with a world full of stuff. Okay, so you got so now they told you couldn't get pregnant, and you end up pregnant with this little boy.
No, that was my daughter.
Your daughter, okay.
Yeah, so I got pregnant with Ariana, and the pregnancy was pretty bad. She was really early. I think I was 32 weeks pregnant. Ariana was 4 pounds 4 ounces, and they were gonna tie up my tubes, and my platelets were too low, so they didn't do that.
Oh my goodness.
So I was in the hospital for, I think it was a month, and then we came out, and I was my relationship was so unsure, like.
So while you're battling your health, you're also battling an abusive situation. And while you're battling an abusive situation, you're battling your daughter going on drugs because she's so stressed to see you. Everything at home is just falling apart. Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I'm calling you Superwoman today, because how did you function? Like, the strength that you have and the strength that you have showed for me, I just thought it was worth showing your story because you showed immaculate amount of strength.
Well, to tell you the honest truth, after I had my son, 6 months after Ariana was born, I got pregnant again. And the doctor said, if you don't have an abortion, you're going to die. And I went home and I prayed, and I prayed and I prayed, and I had the most peaceful feeling about this pregnancy.
So you kept the child? You didn't listen to the doctors?
I didn't, and my family's not here, so I was completely alone. I had no friends. I had my kids, that's it. And my ex's family were, finding parts of the Bible to say that it's okay to have an abortion if your life is in jeopardy, and I just didn't feel like my life was in jeopardy. My son was born at 2 pounds at 30 weeks.
My God.
And he was in the hospital for a little bit longer than expected, but he was great. And eventually my ex and I split. I had to...
Somebody just, I don't want to cut you, but somebody asked a question. They want to know what the disease is called again.
What we're talking about. She missed the intro. She would like a recap of what we're talking about. Sonia.
Okay, we're talking about the strength of a woman. The strength of a woman and the fight that she fight to keep her health and her life and to be here today for her children. And Celina has been through a really bad, hard deal. The disease is called
primary biliary cholangitis.
And it has to do with her liver failing, which was attacking her kidney. And she was how much you weighed? About
89 pounds.
89 pounds, right? When I saw her, I thought she was dead. I thought she didn't, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I end up in tears. I thought she only had like Well, they told you had only a few months.
Yes.
So that's what we're talking about, you guys. Hi, Sophie. How you doing? So we're going to continue to let her. The doctor told her that there's no possible way on the earth that she could have this child. And she did not believe the doctor. She felt, even though she was so sickly, deathly sickly, because they told her she only had a month to live, she still chose to have this child.
Yes,
so we're going to share this with you. And tonight we're here because we're trying to tell you faith, strength, and the believe in God is absolutely insane.
It's not related to hepatitis.
No.
It's autoimmune.
It's an autoimmune disease. It's not related to hepatitis.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay. So continue with the baby.
So yeah, the doctor was really mad at me, and he said if I would go through with the pregnancy, I would absolutely die. And I prayed on it, and I had a good feeling. And like I said, my son was only 2 pounds, and you've seen my kids.
Yes, I absolutely did. Yes, they're
amazing.
beautiful. They're
Yes.
amazing.
So it came to a point where I ended up with the central line because of all the treatments I was doing.
I remember seeing that in your neck.
Yeah, so the doctor said, and if things weren't bad enough, that ended up getting infected and septic. So I was in the hospital for a month. I was in a coma for 3 days.
Amazing.
I know, but eventually the doctor said, you have to come to the hospital. You're not coming back out. You're either coming out to go to Edmonton to have your liver transplant, or you're gonna pass away.
Are you going to die?
Yeah, because they couldn't find a match
for the liver.
The liver, yeah. So I had to go live in the hospital, and I had a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old at home, and teenagers. So I had to fly my mom down here from Toronto.
There's some water, sweetie.
And thank you. And I had to. She had to speed bond with my children. She didn't know my children, and she didn't know the area. She didn't know where to go grocery shopping. She didn't know how to drive standard. My vehicle was a standard.
So, after everything that's going on, I don't mean to cut you. Sorry. I told you only had a certain amount of time to live. They wanted you to get rid of your baby. Your daughter turned to drugs.
Yes.
The father of the child became.
He's gone now.
He's gone now, but he was very abusive.
Yes, he was.
So you were dealing with dying, leaving your children, not knowing that if you're supposed to have your child, have your daughter or your son, and you're also dealing with an abusive situation. So, I mean, there's probably a lot of people out there that is going through things that you've gone through. And I know a lot of people don't have anybody to talk to, and they don't have anybody to help them. How did you bounce back? Like, for me to see you today sitting here, your cheeks are flushed, your hair is down to your butt, your smile is from here to here. What happened?
Well, when I was living in the hospital, my daughter's birthday was coming up. She was turning 4. And I went home. I snuck out of the hospital. I went home. And I was going to surprise her, so I parked at the back. And I could see them playing around in the house with my mom. So I drove into the garage, and I was deciding that was it. I couldn't do it anymore. I was going to let my vehicle run, and I was going to go to sleep. I was done.
So now you're at the point. That brought tears to my eyes because
now I was done.
You're at the point now, which is really sad, that you've had it. You're done. You're not fighting anymore.
No, Dad has just been removed from the home. He's no longer around. The only family that I've had for 14 years is all of a sudden there's nobody around. Strangers are bringing me food because I can't cook because I'm so sick. And now my mom has my kids. My daughter's a drug addict, and there's a family completely all divided, and I'm done. I'm not fighting anymore.
So you're ready to take your life. Yeah. This is where we're at. You're ready to take your life.
Absolutely.
So just let's hold on to that thought. Do we have any question, hun? Wow.
Joan is commenting, our God is the God of impossible.
He is. He really is. He really, really is. And
a lot of hellos.
Hello, everyone out there. Hello. Okay, somebody said they're having problem with something. I didn't
That
see
was
that.
earlier. That one's okay. We have 3 viewers on Sunday Tea saying hello.
Okay. All right, so we'll continue. So it got to the point now where it's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I am absolutely done.
Yep.
There's nothing else to live for. I'm watching everything just go to pieces.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to take my life.
Yeah.
So what happened after you came to those thoughts?
So I'm in the garage. The garage door is closed, and I'm relaxing and just, I'm done. And my phone rings, and I can hear my children panicking in the back, and my mom says, the alarm is on and I don't know how to stop it. And I can hear my kids screaming, "Mommy, mommy." And I'm like, wow, they need me. They still need me. A stupid alarm is making them panic for me. So I shook it off. I went in the house. The next day I did a celebration for my daughter for her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple of people over. And I decided I was not going to sleep in the hospital that weekend. I was going to sleep at home. And at 11 o'clock, the phone rings. And I'm lying on the couch. I'm tired. And my friends have just left. And my mom says it's an Edmonton number. And I'm like, oh my God, it's my liver. So my mom picks up the phone annoyed because it's 11 o'clock. She's an older lady. And she's like, well, she's sleeping. And I'm like, Mom, give me the phone. And the lady's like, you need to make your way to Edmonton right now. So my best friend lived right across from me, and I ran. And I'm like, I'm leaving. I called my dad, who lives up in Edmonton, and we all met there. And it was a younger boy who gave me his liver.
Oh my.
And he wasn't passed away yet. His family was saying bye to him. So.
Okay, it's the only question out there because I'm teary. I don't usually cry, but you got me totally emotional. So I'm just so sad. Whoa. You're an amazing, strong woman. Somebody said that. And I do need a paper towel because we have to take a minute here for me to collect my thoughts. But how amazing, you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cry.
So much for makeup.
I know. It's a good thing I didn't put a lot of makeup on tonight. But I'm saying that
Sorry.
it's emotional, and I think it's a story that needs to be told, and we need to work together. And okay, you killed me. Stop it. I think I'm gonna have some more tea, you guys. I'm sorry. There's people out there that's telling you you're amazing. So,
Thank you,
and
guys.
you are very amazing. So, God does work in mysterious ways. I'm in tears. I'm sorry. Now, there's a little boy that hasn't died yet, but he's going to die. So
the parents.
Oh my goodness.
The parents were saying goodbye to him, and while I was signing all the papers, because I was so weak at that point, the chances of my survival were only 30%. So I had to sign papers that if I die, I'm not suing anybody. And I was so nervous, my period started right there and then.
Oh my goodness.
So if I'm going in for a huge operation and now I have to deal with this. So I went into isolation, and then we had to do a couple of tests. So I met a lady that was getting the little boy's kidneys, one that was getting his eyes, and another man was getting his heart.
Oh, you have to hold on to that. I feel bad.
I know. I've tried 3 times to write to the family, but I don't even know where to begin. It feels like the best thing I can do right now is live my life accordingly and make that little boy proud, because he saved like 4 people that night. So as I was going in for my operation, they asked me if I wanted to split the liver in half and share with the little toddler that was passing away.
Oh,
So
my
I'm
God,
like-
you're killing me tonight.
So I'm like, of course, right? Because, of course, I know what it's like to be dying. So I said bye to my children. My son gave me a teddy bear and told me to be brave. And I went in, and my biggest fear was to wake up in the middle of the operation and the doctors wouldn't know that I was awake. I would feel everything.
But you were feeling the pain.
But no, I woke up, I think a day later. My operation was 11 hours long. And I woke up and I could hear beep, beep. And I was like, oh God, I made it. But then the struggling was to try to start walking again. I was ripped from here to here to here to here. And then get the liver to take. So I'm on all these anti-rejection meds. I think when I started, I was on 82 meds a day.
Again, I want to go back to how amazing it is. The little boy that was dying, that you guys all end up with his body parts, I should say. What was he dying of?
An accident.
He got into an accident. How amazing is for one child to be able to save 4 people.
Sign your donor card. I waited 4 years because there is no available livers out there. So everybody sign your donor cards. It's so important.
Because at the end of the day, it ends up saving a life, right?
And you can't take it where you're going.
So you need to give it to somebody.
Yeah.
So again, we haven't talked about much of a donor cards, you guys, but I think it's amazing that Celina is here today and she's here with us, and it's because of a small child that has saved you.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
when we think about life, and sometimes we think about how hard it is, we have to realize that there's good things and good people out there waiting for us. There's something waiting for us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's an instinct. Like, nobody could tell you to get rid of your son, because that instinct of you and that we're made of told you that no matter what happens, that baby's gonna be okay today.
And that was, I prayed, because I mean, if I die, I'm leaving my 2 girls behind. You know, like having another child was a huge ordeal, and it's not like I know I could have do better at not getting pregnant, but it was I was reassured that I wasn't going to get pregnant the second time around. Was really mind-blowing.
But that's also okay, because you're going through a turmoil.
Well, you say it's okay, but let me stop you. I did not have a big group of people, because the relationship I was in, I was limited to who I could have in my life. And half of that little group that I had left me because, oh, you're going to keep a child? Not once, but twice? Well, you're an idiot. You obviously don't want to live. And the decisions that I made people leave. They walked out the door.
Okay, and I understand. And to me, I'm not going to say your decision is good or bad. I think if somebody means good and somebody's there for you, no matter what choices you make in your life, if that person is a friend,
oh, absolutely,
they're going to stay. So I feel like the things that you weeded out are left because they thought you made the wrong decision, or they didn't agree with what you did and they left. I think those things were negative things, and I think they needed to be out of your life.
Absolutely.
For you to put good and positive things into your life. I mean, you're standing here today, and I mean, some of them are going to watch this, and they're going to see that, yeah, you gave up something good, because you're a strong, blessed woman. There's an angel at your head, like I said today, and there's one at your toe, there's one at your right, and there's one at your left, and you're here today to tell the story. And that's made you a stronger, more loving, more faithful woman. So for me to see you the way you are now, because I did see you the way you were before. And a lot of people out there watching, but they don't know. They didn't see you. I saw you. Right? So when you're telling me the story of the young boys and stuff, it's touched me, because I honestly didn't think you would make it.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to.
Like, you know, and it goes again, God is good. In every day, every minute, every hour, every second.
Well, when I gave up, the next day, I was on my way to get a liver transplant.
See what I mean? So again, what can you tell any woman that's out there today that is going through the things that don't seem like there's no end to it? What can you tell them? How can you help them to uplift them?
Oh my goodness.
to hold on to that faith, just to hold on, because if God wants your life, he can take your life.
Oh, absolutely.
You understand?
For me, sometimes I felt like, you know what, God is not listening. There's no way he's listening. It was one bad thing after the other, and I felt so lonely. I went from a beautiful woman to looking like a monster. I had my ex tell me that I should be happy that he stays, because no man would stay with me looking the way I looked. And some days I didn't think God was listening, but I would keep on praying, and I would keep on praying, and the next day I would wake up, and there's always another day.
So, and when you said your ex said that you should be lucky that he stays with you, for me, that's not a man. Because your worst enemy wouldn't say something like that. The mother of your child going through this.
That's true, but when you're in that position, you're holding on to absolutely anything you can hold on to. And you know, domestic violence is pretty horrific, the way you end up feeling and being isolated. But on top of being sick on top of that, like, it's a lot.
Celina, thank you again. Do we have any questions?
Lots of questions. Jamila? Can't say it right. Because where do you go to sign your donor card?
It used to be you could sign at the back of your Alberta Healthcare, but now you should go
the registry.
Yes, when you go renew your license, you just let them know you want to be a donor.
Viron says, knowledge is power. A big motivational for me to live a healthy lifestyle is because I am donating all my organs, all of them, to whoever I need or might need them. Thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, Cynthia says, Althea, social isolation is a real thing. There's a reason I do the work I do as a social worker. So many lonely, isolated people.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I do the show that I'm doing. I'm trying to let people know that there is people here for them. And if I can share the platform and share stories to let other people know that there's other people here to help them, then that's exactly what I'm doing. So thank you, Cynthia. Joan said,
well, Cynthia also adds, we need to reshape our thinking around community and relationships.
Absolutely.
And then Joan adds here, there is a purpose for her existence. To hold on to God and not to put your trust in man.
Oh, absolutely
but
not.
to the one who gives you it's one who gives and sustains life. Keep the faith.
I've been single for 5 years, working on myself, working on my children, and life is amazing. It's beautiful. We've picked up hiking and canoeing, and things are good.
And have I told you that you look damn amazing? I have some pictures here of Celina. You guys can take a look at what she was and how she was. Is it okay if I pass this to you, hon? And maybe you can show these people.
You want to show it now or you want to show it after?
We can show it now, right?
Yeah,
and then
fine.
we can, talk a little bit and then close. Here you guys go. There's a few pictures right there, and they can take a look. That it wasn't a joke. She was pretty hale, you guys. Very hale.
Well, I wasn't waiting to get better. I was waiting to die.
Yes.
So.
You never, I say you never give up till you actually, it's gone. Till the last breath is taken out of you. Some of the pictures with her, you can click on it because they're pretty amazing.
You can add some afterwards.
I would like to book Celina for a community talk. Absolutely.
Limited. Oh, thank you. Sorry, babes.
Stuff from Cynthia, yes.
Yeah, you can give her...
We'll put the information up after. This is another one. That's Celina's cut.
It's my warrior wound.
Your warrior wound. That's one of them, you guys.
And what part of the body is this?
That's my stomach. My belly button is actually, it's destroyed. It's gone.
I'll give you another one just to show you guys how.
I gotta show one more.
Yeah, how sick she
the
was.
yellow part, the yellow one.
This one.
No, the one with when I was really yellow. So they can see. I think it's upper.
So Celina, I have a question for you while Althea's looking for a photo. Your recovery process, how long? How long was it from the time that you were...
I was in the hospital for 9 days.
That is Celina, you guys, with her baby and your daughter.
Yeah, my oldest daughter.
You're her oldest daughter. You have to hold up a little bit more so they can see.
I have 3 cameras.
Oh, okay.
I was in the hospital for 9 days, but I had to stay an extra 2 weeks in Edmonton to do physiotherapy and make sure that my anti-rejection meds were good. And my
Thank you.
liver transplant was July 27. And in August, I was hiking across Alberta. So the recovery was pretty quick.
You're an amazing, amazing woman, Celina. You're absolutely amazing. You give me hope and strength. And I'm going to go sign that card too at the registry.
Yes.
And I actually knew about it from the registry because every time I go in there on the TV, that's you just see this big form.
Yeah.
They you know.
Yeah, it's so important to do it. It's absolutely.
Because it saves lives. Absolutely. Do we have any more questions?
No questions so far. Just Cynthia should like to book
Oh, absolutely.
for a community talk.
Yeah, I started doing a lot of talks for women against domestic violence, and I go with them to court, help them prepare and pray or meditate or whatever they need.
While we have a few more minutes, tell me a little bit about the domestic part of your life. Just elaborate on a little bit of it, you know.
Well, in the beginning, I felt like, you know, everything was good. The jealousy part, I thought, oh, he must really love me, you know, but...
It's a control thing, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the jealousy thing is a control thing.
Yeah, but it came to the point where, you know, you're always alone, you're isolated, you don't have any friends, and then you get sick on top of it. And
But that's the way they do it. It started out by where they take all your friends away from you, and then your friends get angry with you. So even when you call to them, they're not coming back because he makes sure he isolates you from all of that, and that's when the abuse starts kicking in.
oh, absolutely.
Because nobody's gonna come to save you, right?
Yeah. So it was just from taking money to hiding necessities like toilet paper. You know, you're really sick and you don't have the means to go to the store as you please. You saw me. So,
Yes, I did see you. Absolutely.
and being in the hospital and your daughter's crying and, you know, I'm being ignored and
How did you manage to because like your daughter got on drugs because of the all the stuff that was happening in the family, you being sick. Now she's okay. You guys now
she's in university.
She's in university today.
Yeah, she's going to become psychiatrist.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So how did you, between the sickness and everything, how did you manage to bring her back to reality?
As soon as I found out she was on drugs, and she was on pretty heavy drugs,
Mm-hmm.
I canceled 1 week of treatment. I called her dad because her dad is my best friend. Like, we're really close, but he lives in Ottawa. He came down. Within a week, I had her in a program called ADAC.
Fantastic.
I didn't mess around. It wasn't like, you need to do this otherwise. It was just, no, you're out of school, you're going there, and you're not coming out.
But what you did is you stopped your treatment
Yeah.
in order to fix your daughter.
Yeah.
So how amazing are you? Please tell me. And you better take this because you are an amazing woman.
Well, my kids are my life. Like,
And you know, that's the way it should be. Finish the story. So you got her into AAD.
I got her into a program called ADAC, and she was there for almost a year, and she did amazing. She struggled with a lot of anxieties and a post-traumatic stress, a lot of things.
It's hard to see your mom like that, you know what I mean? And you feel hopeless. You were telling me that she did some good stuff for you, though. She did,
She started a Facebook account.
Yes.
Because for my recovery, I needed my kids with me.
Mhm.
I needed them there. So what she did is she started an account on Facebook where she would update me, and people could donate. So one person donated their WestJet points to get my mom from Toronto to here, and then people donated money so we could rent an apartment in Edmonton, because I was supposed to be there for 2 months, but I was only there for 3 weeks because I did amazing. So
You're an amazing woman.
but I had my kids there, and then they have to eat, and then you have to pay for the parking because I had to drive there, and the medication was insanely expensive. So everything added up, right? So she started this thing,
and it worked out well for
did.
you.
Yeah.
So you know what, Celina, thank you so much for coming and sharing your story. Oh, I love you and I still love you and you look fantastic.
Thank you.
You guys, please donate. Please tell them what to do with the donation, Celina, before we're going to take off, and we're going to tell them what to do with the donation, to donate your body parts.
Yes,
register for
absolutely.
it.
Just register. Just go to the registry office whenever you get a chance and just get your donor card signed. Just, you're saving... One boy saved 5 lives.
Yeah,
so.
the one boy that saved Celina's life,
Yeah,
saved 5 other people.
Yeah,
So 5
absolutely.
of you guys all together. So it's well worth it, you guys, to save a life. Celina, somebody said thank you.
You're welcome. Thank
Karen
you for
Hack.
watching.
So you guys, again, I tried my hardest to bring things that brings awareness to us, to the community, to the world, to people. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the support every time. Every time you guys come on, I thank you very much. We cried a little tonight, but you know what? This is love and laughters. We enjoy doing it. I enjoy bringing the stories to you guys. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining in. We're about to sign off tonight. You guys can follow me on Twitter. You guys can follow me on Facebook. You guys can follow me on YouTube. I'm starting with my Island Tea, you guys. You guys can watch me on Omni Television come September. You guys can follow me on Instagram. You guys can follow me around the world. Again, you guys, you need to really... You guys really need to donate the parts. It took me a minute there. I was lost because I'm kind of messed up. She messed me up. She really did. Marcelo, thank you for tuning in. We're over. We're kind of leaving. But you guys, again, please go and check out the donation card to leave a piece of your body parts, because somebody might need it, and it might be a family member that you'll be saving, not just a stranger. So Celina is here today with us. Angel, this is an angel, a very strong woman, and she's here with us tonight, and we thank you so much again, Celina, for sharing your story. Sunday tea, you guys, we're going to go out with a little bit of me. I don't want to get up and move, but I'm telling you, Celina just gave me hope. You guys, don't lose your hope and your faith. Just try really hard to keep the hope, to keep the faith. God is never sleeping. He's always watching you, and he loves us all the same. So when it comes down to it, you guys, it's faith and love. We're all the same. Sunday tea. Join me on Sunday, 7 p.m. Heidi, I'm leaving. You're late. Watch the video. Share the video, you guys. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Thank you, Sonia, for your support. Thank you very, very much. Have yourself a fantastic evening, you guys.